Your ass better call somebody!
You're listening to the On The Mark Wrestling Podcast.
The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be.
A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE.
Give me a hell yeah!
Now, let's meet the host.
Are you ready?
Kyle Gagliardi.
The face that runs the place.
Jim Tucker. And Erica Marini.
I'm the boss. I'm the blueprint. I'm the standard.
Well, I think we've had enough talk. It's time for the main event.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I'm your host, Mr. OTM, Kyle Gagliardi, and my laughing co-host this evening. She wanted me to call her Eric because she's got her hair back, but I will still call her Erica Marini. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. I'm great. How are you?
We sat here about 2-3 minutes before the showtime, and you couldn't decide how you were going to do, and now you have decided.
But we know it's not settled. If it's down, I'm going to be touching it the whole time. If it's up, I'm going to take it down. I'm taking it down right now. So
now that happened very fast. But
yeah.
Hey, you probably didn't have to make a difficult decision on the shirt you were going to wear today.
That's
Boy.
right. I didn't.
After picking up a huge L to the recently hacked on Twitter Ethan Page. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
I think he still might be hacked. I haven't checked his tweets in a while, but somebody really went in on that.
And that's crazy because why?
They really were trying to send a message, but they picked out of all the celebrities because they tweeted out like, oh, I just wanted to go on a celebrity's platform. There are a lot more celebrities out there with a bigger following.
Yeah, than Ethan Page. Naturally, in my friend group, I got blamed for the hacking after Eddie's loss last night. But
actually,
yeah.
it could be you, or it could be Erica Macaroni.
Well, judging by my technology knowledge, I think I'm safe.
Yeah, that's a good point. The amount of questions I get from Erica guys about technology, whether it be Twitter or this StreamYard, which you've kind of mastered StreamYard. I think I've
messed around and found out about StreamYard. And I will never forget when I first started doing this show and Tuck texted me, he's like this, wow, so your technology that's not a gimmick. And I was like, oh no, not at all. This is real.
This is a shoot, brother. This is real. The MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Steve, is stuck at work tonight. He did leave us a comment. He said, have a great show, and he will catch us on delay. But he is very excited, Erica, that the AEW is finally coming to the UK. That's big news for our friends across the pond.
Beans on toast for all.
Beans on toast.
Blood pudding and meat pie.
All the weird shit they do over there, right?
But I do love, did I talk about this already? Jammy Dodgers?
No, you didn't. What is that?
Okay. It's a cookie, and it's like a shortbread cookie, and it's like a sandwich, and then it has like raspberry like jam in the middle.
Oh, that sounds
and
pleasant.
a little like heart cut out. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Have you ever had like those crumble cookies? That's like a new thing around these parts.
I have a crumble cookie near me. I've heard like yay and nay about them.
I think they're like, I've never had one. I think we just recently got one over here, but I saw they're like, you get 4 of them for like $16.
Are they huge?
They kind of are, but I just don't get spending money you would spend on like a dinner or a lunch on a dessert, you know?
No, especially a cookie.
It's weird to me. Maybe I'll have to try it and I'll give a review. Robbie's saying, don't diss the meat pie.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't even know what it is. It's just the name.
To be fair, I don't know what it is.
Big ups to Jammy Dodgers.
Hey, I'm down to try any kinds of food. The only thing I don't like is cheese, and that might surprise some people. That's the one thing.
The lamest thing to not like.
I will eat mozzarella cheese. Like I had a pizza today. I'm cool with the white cheeses. This sounds like cheeses. Yeah. This sounds cheeses, but I don't like the yellow cheeses. You know, those gross me out.
Like cheddar?
Cheddar, no. American, no. Nacho cheese is the worst cheese you can probably get. That fake gooey crap. Get that out of my life. I don't eat it.
What about Land O'Lakes American cheese?
Why does it have to be a
white
specific brand? Oh, it's white.
Because, and they like shave it at the deli or whatever.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever had white American cheese.
Oh, it's my favorite cheese And
Maybe
that's
I'll have to try.
sacrilegious because it's not even real, but the American cheese, I could eat it by the brick.
Robbie Collins is saying that Jamie Dodgers and a cup of tea sounds like the most British thing ever, but it's glorious.
Big tea kid over here, Robbie. See?
You are. You
am.
drink it like
I
right
love
before
tea every
bed?
day.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Very
Me
nice.
too.
I like just sweet tea, and that's very American of me, I would assume, to like sweet tea because it's just loaded up with sugar. But we're not here to talk about food and drinks all night. We're here to talk about some wrestling as Dirk Vogus is checking in. Hello to you, Dirk. Thanks for stopping by, as always. And don't forget to stop by our merchandise website, the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.com. We do not have a promo code going on this week, but we will in the next couple weeks because we got Full Gear and then we have Survivor Series coming up. But, it's the holidays. It's time to get yourself some Christmas presents. Why don't you go to our website or have your mom, Robbie Collins, I'm looking at you, your mom or dad, go to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.com and buy you something for the holiday season? I think that would be a fantastic idea. Not only are you getting some fire-ass merch, you're supporting me and Erica and Jim Tucker, who is not with us again this evening.
Both things are true.
What did he say? Wasn't he doing something with Mista? So he's got a legit reason to miss us?
Yes.
Being a good husband.
Getaway. That's right.
Being a good hubby like he is. Already asked. See, Robbie Collins is already on top of things here. So
Robbie, I say it a lot, but you are the best.
He is one of the best listeners we have. And we do have a fair amount of listeners because Erica, we broke the 1,000 view mark on YouTube for the first time in the history of OTM.
Wild.
Just think, 1,000 people looked at you. They listened to you and valued your opinion.
Maybe a couple things that are true.
Well, hopefully they didn't listen to your picks because the OTM PLE champion is right here. Drink it in, Marini.
I won't, but I will drink a drink.
Which I thought was a Four Loko earlier. It is not. What are you drinking?
This is the new Truly Holiday Pack. This is Holiday Sangria style. 1
out of 10. What rating?
7, 8.
Oh, that's a rookie score. You could have given a decimal at least.
I can't. My brain
doesn't think that.
I'm just trying to think of 7 and 8.
7 or 8?
7.8.
All right. That's probably the rating I actually would give Crown Jewel this past Saturday. So why don't we talk about a little bit that happened at the show? Erica, were you able to watch Crown Jewel at all?
I was not, unfortunately. Just
why are you even on this? Why are you even on this?
You know what? Because I care and I love it. So
but you at least know what happened, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about the main event because that I think has a lot of people talking, and mainly the performance that Logan Paul had against Roman Reigns. Because I feel like as a podcast, we need to give Logan Paul his props because he may be the best 3-match wrestler in the history of wrestling. And a lot of people are saying, Erica, that maybe he got too much offense in against Roman Reigns, but it still led to this incredible match with insane chemistry between these two. And it's just crazy to think that this guy who, self-made, got popular through YouTube and whatnot, is performing at this high of a level against the top guy in the business, Roman Reigns. I mean, do you have anything to say about Logan Paul's performance?
I'm going to ask a dumb question. What was the third match? Or what was the second match?
He had the tag match with The Miz at WrestleMania. He faced The Miz at SummerSlam, and then this.
You're right. I think I give him a lot of credit because he kind of called his shot, and I don't mean that he was going to take down Roman, just that he would give Roman like a good match, and he would, I don't know, he exceeded my expectations. I give him a crap ton of credit. It's like incredible that we're getting, and I'm happy that it's working out because you had Bad Bunny, and I think as a celebrity that was kind of hard to follow. You had Johnny Knoxville after that, and
Pat McAfee too.
Pat McAfee, there you go. And I think Logan just has I might not be crazy about him like outside of the ring, but I just think like he came in and he did the damn thing. And if he did get a lot of offense on Roman, I think maybe they just try to make everyone shit their pants and have it not be a squash. Hats off to Logan Paul, and I hate to say it.
And mission accomplished too, because there were a couple moments in this match where I think a lot of people believe that there was a chance that Logan could have won. And that's, part of the great storytelling that was in this main event. they kind of sold the one lucky punch thing too. He hit that in this match. Obviously, it was a very close near fall, which Roman Reigns is incredible at kicking out at like 2.99. Just, I was on the edge of my seat and I knew Roman was going to win. That's when you know that they got you.
Yeah. And I liked the spot when he went live or whatever he did, when he jumped through the announcer's table. I just think it was cool how they kind of like blended the two worlds.
For sure.
Well done.
Because he's got such a large following on social media too. And I think that brought in over 40 million views or something like that. And it's probably still growing since that they announced that on Raw, which is insane to think about. But before we get to the comments, Erica, I'm not sure if he actually is legitimately hurt, because he is saying, at least he did in his presser, that he tore his ACL, his MCL, and his meniscus in this match. But it's kind of hard to say that's a fact when you really can't definitively pinpoint when it happened. And how the hell would you be able to jump off the corner of the ring onto a table?
Are people saying it happened when he hit the buckshot lariat?
I assume, yeah.
But then I saw the picture of him backstage when his knee was all iced up or whatever. But then somebody said that however many years to the day was when Seth Rollins had that exact 3 injury.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we know for sure. Maybe we'll find out on SmackDown if this story continues. But I definitely had to sit here and give some time to Logan Paul. And obviously credit to Roman Reigns, because as you know, it takes 2 to tango in this business. And if he doesn't have the guy or the great dancing partner that is Roman Reigns, is he going to be as good as he was there in the main event?
Right.
Probably not. So let's get to the comments here, Erica. Robbie saying knew Logan was going to be good, being a wrestler from a young age. Yes, he did amateur wrestling. I thought he'd surprise people. One thing I loved during this match was Heyman's face reaction, which is probably an underrated thing that Paul Heyman provides as a manager, wouldn't you say, Erica?
I was going to say, because he gives Roman just an extra layer of something, and that's case in point. It would have not fallen flat, but it wouldn't have been as entertaining.
Yeah, he sold the near falls to make you believe that Logan Paul actually had a chance. Mayor Canton checking in. He said my pick of Logan was actually the correct pick, but they had to audible because he was injured. I'm telling myself that so we could be co-champs. Yeah, the mayor was the one closest to, getting that OTM PLE championship, but he may be right. He may be wrong. I will not confirm nor deny. But Robbie also saying, did you guys see Logan's 2 podcast friends on his latest episode? It was a joke. One was all bandaged up in a wheelchair. So the injury is not real, is what he's saying?
But is that kind of weird then?
Yeah, why would you joke about that after that match?
Joke? Yeah.
It's a weird thing to joke about.
Yeah.
I know you didn't watch Crown Jewel, but there was one other thing I kind of wanted to talk about. We don't need to, get into a lot of it since that happened about 5 days ago. But Omos and Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman's been in the news for other things lately. His tweets, probably drunk tweeting on the plane ride home back to the States. But I wasn't excited for this one going into it, but I thought this match over-delivered compared to a lot of other matches on the card. And maybe that's just because I had such low expectations, but I wanted to give them a little bit of credit as well, because for having 2 big guys like that, they still put on an entertaining match. Because, usually when you have a big guy versus a big guy, it's not that great, but this one was pretty good. And I think it was Omos's best match. Braun Strowman gets the win. Do you have any thoughts on Braun Strowman's tweet after that, dissing the flippy shit?
And like Will Ospreay said, like, why are you mad about like getting your money? Like, just go in there and say you put on a great heavyweight match. Like, that's what you did. And he then if I could give my tomatoes, I forgot all about that. I will give them to Braun, because it's like,
you know what? You could do what you want, Erica, because look at the backdrop.
Like, shut up. Like, and he tries to make a name like on getting like, the IWC riled up, but it's just like it's just dumb. It's dumb. And I feel like he says it and then doesn't mean it. And then he's just like, I was joking. I had a 10-hour plane ride. I was just joking. Like, bro, go nap. Go read a book. Do Sudoku. Like, I think he meant it. I think he's just had to eat his words ever since he got fired after he was talking about like the independent scene. Yeah. So like, fuck you, Braun. Still,
he's just trying to control his narrative. Erica,
he's trying. Well,
and apparently Sean Ross Sapp, I think about an hour or 2 ago, reported that he has backstage heat now.
Because of that?
Yeah, because of the tweets.
who else? Someone else from the locker room. Who was it? Ricochet and
Cedric Alexander, wasn't?
and Ali.
And Ali, yeah.
Yep.
Which Ali got yeeted on Monday Night Raw. I don't know if you saw that by Bobby Lashley. We don't even know how.
No. What the hell happened to me?
You did watch Raw, right? You at least watched Raw?
I did.
Okay.
I did. It was a rough weekend, so I think Monday I was like really, really tired, but I caught enough of it, I think.
So let's throw them together. Here we go. Erica's Tomatoes this week. Who are they going at?
Braun Strowman and also whoever hacked Ethan Page's Twitter.
There we go. I agree with you on that one too, because you just got to be some kind of lowlife to do something like that. We got one more comment, actually 2 more comments rolling in. Robbie Collins saying, imagine Omos and Strowman in a stipulation match like no DQ would be fantastic. Or how about a Punjabi prison match, Erica?
Sorry, I gave my fingers. I flipped my birds.
To that comment right there, does Erica watch wrestling from Ryan Bogus? Hi, Ryan Bogus. Hopefully I'll be seeing you on Saturday. We may be going to Black Label Pro. It's independent based out of Crown Point, Indiana, where I live. So it's right down the road. Oh, and there goes Erica's earpiece right there. Yeah. Like Ravi said, Ali got sent to the graveyard on Raw. And he also said Tuck definitely had his Twitter. He's doing more hacks, and that's why he isn't here.
Yes, he's infiltrating the system.
Actually, it's either that or Erica Macaroni. But overall, I know, once again, you didn't watch. I enjoyed Crown Jewel. I wasn't blown away by anything, but I thought for it being a Saudi show, it delivered. No complaints over here. You got anything else that happened at Crown Jewel you want to talk about?
They had a really good crowd.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I mean, outside of everything else that was going down, it was good. I was happy for them.
I'm just excited now that we can refocus everything in storylines to Survivor Series coming up, because that feels like it could be a pretty big show. And I saw a report actually on TikTok. I don't know who shared it, Erica, but they're saying that this year's War Games, they're planning a lot of big spots. You saw this then, right?
I saw it. Someone said, was it Brian Alvarez that said it? But a lot of big spots. But are they filming? Are they doing that so now they have footage for?
That's exactly what it is.
Future.
Because all their footage right now is either NXT or a lot of former superstars that were in War Games, like an Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. All these former WWE stars are now gone.
Gotcha.
All their footage is just that. So they want to create.
They always have EO with the trash can on her head from 2 War Games ago.
That is one that sticks out. I also think of Dakota Kai for War Games. Dakota Kai always seems to be involved. Her turn.
Candace.
Yeah, Candace. Her turn on Tegan Knox was fantastic. I think I was there for that one. That was the one in Chicago, I believe. But yeah, I'm very excited for Survivor Series because there's going to be some cool things planned there. But let's go over to Monday Night Raw, Erica, and let me say something about this crowd. They were god-awful the entire night. And I hope, where was this? Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania? Yeah. I hope you guys never get a wrestling show for the rest of eternity, because that can just kill a show, Erica.
This is Kyle's Tomatoes. I just don't know why. I don't know why you buy tickets to go and not be I know you say I'm reserved at shows, but
compared to me, I don't want to be sounding rude.
I don't have a good shouting voice, so until I'm a little loosened up, I just do a lot of woos and
you will clap, but
yeah, but I'm into it. I'm out of my seat, or I'm participating in whatever. I get that, not everything's going to be your cup of tea, but you're there, bro. You're on live television watching this program that you paid to see. Act like it. Where's your pulse?
That's always been my mentality. I buy tickets to wrestling knowing I am there to be a nuisance, knowing I'm going to get involved in every single thing that is on my television. Because if I'm paying, we'll just throw them out there, $70 to go to a SmackDown, you best believe I'm going to chant Raid, even though I don't give a fuck about the Viking Raiders, because that's what I did last SmackDown in the holiday tour. This is what I do.
I think I'm trying to think what AEW event. I did my first Adam Cole Bebe and I've never done it.
Grand Slam. You did it at Grand Slam. I think you told me.
Yes. You're right. Last
2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's just what you do. You're there. Have fun.
Be a mark. That's the one time we say definitely be a mark. Robbie's agreeing with us. Please never do a Raw there again. The show was actually quite good, ruined by the fans. And I've said that millions of times. A bad crowd can ruin a show, and a good crowd can make a bad show somewhat good.
Yep.
Cena match for SmackDown just got announced. Looks good for a match versus Ronda, I think. And yeah, of course, they have the big main event that they're building up to, and that's what they did in that opening segment on Raw, where we have the Usos and the New Day who are going to have that championship match on SmackDown. And they had a real shoot promo here to start off the show that the crowd couldn't care less about. But the New Day just basically talked about how they brought the tag division back, and that them and the Usos are just, the modern day greats, which it's hard to disagree with. And it got me excited for Friday. Erica, how did you feel about this opening promo?
I love that New Day can have done it a million times and like they're just never counted out, and they're always just ready to go and be inserted in that title picture. Them versus the Usos is just always something magic. There's just always going to be a guaranteed hit. So it got me pumped. I was happy to see it. Yeah,
kind of going off what you're saying too. Like the New Day, it doesn't matter like how they've been booked previously. If you just insert them right into a title match, it's like I'm buying into it.
Yeah,
like, I can totally see the New Day winning on Friday.
And then, so is that this Friday?
It is this Friday in Indy, which the cheapest ticket. This is a 2-hour drive from me, by the way, which I will be in Indy tomorrow for a work meeting. So I could easily gone to SmackDown, Erica. Cheapest ticket is $170.
Wow.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Not worth it. No. It's a 2-hour show,
Yeah. Wow. Mm-mm.
But no, what do we think about this match on Friday?
Do you think it's, because I'm curious, do you think that there's, do you think anything happens and then it kind of like drags and bleeds over into Survivor Series?
Potentially. Why do you think this could be maybe a War Games type of match?
I think honestly, I was picturing like a big moment, and then have like like walk out with them, like come back, and just to like walk out with them, like not. You're
not saying get physically involved.
Just to like
there.
have him there to get the pop, have him be there, like for them, especially if they do end up taking the belts off the Usos. I think it'd be cool to have him there.
That's a fantastic idea. I love that because I don't think he's anywhere near being physically able to compete, but just to have him there ringside, because Solo's probably going to be there. Sammy's probably going to be there.
Usos, well, I don't even know. I guess the Usos, I always hate it because champions come out last. And when it I hate it. But in this moment, I would like it if they came out first and then you just hear E do the intro, because that hasn't been. We haven't heard that in so long. So.
Oh, WWE Universe! Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, Robbie was on the same page as you. I think I like that idea, guys. I'm not going to get my hopes up for it because they probably won't happen. But fantasy booking, let's do it. Who do you got Friday? Give me a pick. Usos or the New Day? The New Day's record could be broken if the Usos retain.
Yeah, but then they're right there. So I think Usos win, but I do think it's the New Day
continues
off of them, and that could happen at Survivor Series. I think it starts soon. So I'm going to take Usos for now.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the safe pick's Usos, but once again, I would not be surprised if the New Day won. I wouldn't be mad. Would you be mad if the New Day won?
No, I would just start the crumble faster.
Exactly, which we are kind of assuming WrestleMania might be the demise of the Bloodline, but they could drag it out for a little bit longer. Robbie's got the New Day. He thinks something's going to happen. Something big is going to happen on Friday Night SmackDown, which makes it a can't-miss show, I would say. But let's move on here on Monday Night Raw, Erica. The Rhea Ripley problem has been answered for the OC after the OC lost at Crown Jewel. They found that answer in a returning Mia Yim, who is now a part of the club, it seems. This is something I didn't see coming. I personally never been a fan of Mia Yim. I don't dislike her. I don't like her, but I think I like the potential of her with the OC. How do you feel about Mia Yim returning to WWE?
I think she was someone that none of us saw coming. She wasn't on my radar. And I did hear like blips that like, oh, maybe she would be returning. I did not think she would be the one to be in this group, but now that she is, it makes sense. It fits. And there was something about like you're saying, I could never get behind her. It wasn't personal. I loved the friendship that she has with Shayna, Dakota, and Jessamine Duke. I'm like, I just love the four of them.
And
so
Shelton Benjamin too. She's got a good
yes, it's
relationship
like nothing personal. I just something I wasn't buying into. And then when she went back to Impact, I was like, see, like this I like, and I just didn't know why it wasn't translating in WWE. So I'm optimistic and I'm hopeful that they kind of give her like whatever she's got going on new, that it like carries on now. And I like her with it. And I think she is someone that could take on a Rhea Ripley and make the scales even. So I'm excited for it.
Me too. And it obviously helps being with, talented guys like AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows.
Yeah.
But I think Mia Yim was good in NXT. But obviously she kind of hit that boulder when she got to the main roster of being a part of why am I blanking on the fucking name? Retribution, where she was reckoning, and that was just a disaster. And never worked for her. So I think if you just let Mia Yim be Mia Yim with the OC, good things will happen.
And I think she's changed like a bit since NXT too, which I'm happy for.
Vogus said basically what we just said. She was thrown into Retribution. That is just a recipe for disaster right there. So being with the OC evens the odds a little bit. I don't think it'll happen, Erica, but I would like if they made this a War Games match and you let the female talent compete in it. Let's get weird.
Why not? Absolutely, why not?
I believe Rhea Ripley beating anybody's ass on the other side.
It's true.
She picked up Luke Gallows, who's the biggest guy on the OC now.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's kind of cool. Ever since Triple H took over, it seems like he's, bringing factions and groups back. And I don't think that's him trying to be like AEW in any way, because all these factions make sense in WWE.
And it's what was happening like when he was coming up. And like when I was young watching, there was a ton of factions and stables and like shit like this. So I think he's kind of doing what he knows and what's been missing in WWE.
Yeah, for sure. And Robbie's saying something still tells me at the end of this feud, JD will still walk out at the winners. Judgment Day. That's what that means. Yeah. Ultimately, I do believe this is for the Judgment Day to go over because they are the heel faction that's been established recently. I wouldn't say, over the years, because the OC have, history that goes back decades. But yeah, I definitely think the Judgment Day is the one that ultimately goes over. But having Mia Yim now with the OC, they probably are going to win whatever it is next, I would guess, against the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Because you can't have Mia Yim come back, lose, and then the OC just who came back, lost at Crown Jewel, and then lose again.
Yeah, something's got to build.
Yeah, so excited to see what's to come with Mia Yim and the OC. But
and if she's like constant with them, or if she just kind of joined and we find that like she's got beef with Rhea, so that's why she kind of sided with them, or what it is.
Yeah, I wonder if it is going to be like a permanent thing, or if it's just helping with Rhea.
Yeah.
It's a good point. They did tease Rhea and Bianca, though, backstage.
Yes, they did.
It's got to be WrestleMania, right?
And that's me thinking like that's so far away, but yeah, it's just not that far away really at all.
Planting the seeds.
Planting those seeds.
Love it. Another thing I love is probably the death of the 24/7 title. After defeating Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross threw away in what we would assume is the end of the 24/7 championship. Are you going to be sad to see that title disappear?
No. I did see somebody tweeted or posted that on their website. It like gave the years that it was active, and it's like kaput now, like officially done. And I love that I love the way that it went out, that now we've got Insanity, Nikki Cross back, it seems, with like a new look. She's joining these girls, but like obviously she can't be trusted because she's just a super wild card. Right. She won that. She missed the trash, but like she didn't even look, and she just like dumped it, and like RIP. I loved it. Poor Dana Brooke though, because she tried. She was very proud of that belt. So
Mount Rushmore of 24/7 title champions, I would put her up there
for sure.
R-Truth #1.
Yep.
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah. Yep.
Tamina was involved, but she's not in my Mount Rushmore.
No.
Who else?
Reginald.
Reggie, yeah.
Yeah.
Reggie,
And
our
Dana.
truth, Dana, and Akira Tozawa. Congratulations on making the 24/7 title. Mount Rushmore. It might get you into the Hall of Fame. Ravi's saying Nikki Cross is finally making me feel proud to be Scottish. That superhero gimmick gave me nightmares. That was
I love
fucking
Crazy
terrible.
Nikki. I loved it.
Nikki
I love
ASH was a failure. So bad. Oh, good one from Bogus. Drake Maverick. He
True.
Who do we kick out? Dana?
Tozawa.
Oh, I like Tozawa. All right, we'll kick Tozawa out. Dana Brooke, R-Truth, Drake Maverick,
Reggie.
I always forget Reggie for some reason. Fair enough. All right, let's move on. Oh, no, one last thing. I do have a question for you. Do you think Nikki Cross is going to be a part of Damage Control, or is she just kind of aligning herself for War Games?
I think she's just aligning herself for War Games. I think she's just too much of a wild card with this character.
I would like Damage Control just kind of to use Nikki Cross in a way, just to send Nikki
And that could
Cross.
be yeah.
Go do that.
And she just goes, ah! Yeah, go take care of that. I love it. I loved NXT Nikki Cross. I was watching a clip the other day. Remember when it was who attacked Tommaso Ciampa?
Yeah.
And then Nikki got in the ring and she was like, Nikki knows. And it was just so bizarre. And she just kept saying it. I love that.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Thanks for bringing that up again. I forgot. My favorite Nikki moment in NXT was her, I believe it was a Falls Count Anywhere match with Asuka. They did a suplex spot into the announce table. It was just all over the Performance Center. Or was that at the Capitol? I'm not sure. But yeah, that was my favorite Nikki Cross match, I think, in WWE. So hopefully we're going to
back.
Yeah, we got the real Nikki Cross back. Robbie's saying Nikki Cross might turn on Damage Control at War Games. It's potentially an option for sure. Let's move on here. Last thing from Monday Night Raw that I wanted to talk about is the fact that the man in the middle behind us, Austin Theory, has cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. And after saying that, you'd maybe think he cashed in on Roman Reigns, but no, Erica. Austin Theory waited all these months to cash in on the United States champion, Seth Rollins, after Bobby Lashley beat him up before their open challenge. And a lot of people have thoughts and opinions on this. Open floor to you. How do we feel about Austin Theory not alone failing, but doing it on the United States Championship?
I think that they needed to get this briefcase away from him. And this was just a way to do it. And I could picture Triple H backstage, kid, this is how it's going to go down. Nobody wants to like him. He's a young, dumb idiot. And I think it almost makes sense to have him cash in during an open challenge for that belt and just have it not work out for him. And now they can kind of start him anew. And he lost that. It worked. It does. There is plot holes to it, but I think thinking of it like that, it kind of makes sense. And he was Vince's pet, and Vince ain't here no more. So I think Triple H did what he had to do, but I think ultimately it kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, I would agree. And a lot of people hate it. A lot of people are giving Triple H crap. And I could see the complaints, but I also have seen a lot of people bring up the fact that this was probably the last reshuffle of the deck for Triple H, just getting rid of everything that Vince was doing beforehand and just restarting basically, like you said. Because let's be honest, Austin Theory wasn't cashing in on Roman Reigns. That was not happening. There was no chance.
And there was nothing that they, I think, had planned for him or that they wanted to have planned for him to even have him start to tease it, because just nobody, and I just speak in generality, but nobody wanted that. No one wanted to hold any belt, let alone be involved in a segment with Roman. So
I wanted to bring up Robbie's comment here. He said this only results in him going to NXT and ruining him for me in the short term. Speaking of NXT, I thought the best way to go about the briefcase was to cash in on Braun Breaker. When they teased that before Halloween Havoc, I was like, wait, this is the perfect scapegoat. We don't know who really could beat Braun right now in NXT. Theory, an established guy on the main roster now, goes back to NXT, kind of restarts there once again. and has a run with the NXT title. It's a lot better than losing here in an open challenge situation for the U.S. title, I would think.
And then like I really hope that they join him and Johnny again, because I loved the way Austin Theory. He was a fucking idiot, and I loved it, and I loved all of their relationship like with each other. So I think I'm just hopeful that like somehow makes a resurgence, or that the two of them unite, or that when Austin Theory maybe goes away for a little bit now, but when he comes back like as that likable idiot.
Yeah, because there were those shades of him being likable, like you said.
He was just
NXT
a goon. Yeah.
Robbie's saying, he also agrees that he would have had it cashed in on Braun Breaker as well. Yeah, once they teased that, I didn't really think of it until then, and I'm like, whoa, this is something. But, I mean, a lot of people are sitting here now after this cash-in, Erica. They're like, Austin Theory's buried. He's done. Triple H doesn't believe in him. I call bullshit on that. I really do.
He's like 20 years old. I mean, he's older than that, but he's a baby. He has time, and I think his time is just not right now. And I think that whatever Triple H must see in him, I think he'll take care of him. I think he'll do it right, but I think he needed this restart. And
this is also potentially a good way to get, support behind Austin Theory, I would think.
Sure.
Maybe a lot of people are pissed off that this happened to him, and he becomes a likable character on TV.
Or he's likable, like, I didn't think of it,
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay.
Or how about this? We saw reports John Cena might work WrestleMania 39. Have John Cena put over Austin Theory at WrestleMania, and who gives a fuck about this failed cash?
Yeah.
If Austin Theory beats John Cena at WrestleMania, regardless if he's not a full-time competitor, that's all he needs.
Yeah.
That would bring him back up. But
there's ways.
I'm okay with the failed cash-in, and I'm okay with it being on the U.S. title. And that might not be a popular opinion, Erica.
No.
No, but you agree.
But I agree.
Which is weird. I thought we were going to disagree on that. Robbie said, in all fairness, if you gave him the title run, he would have gotten boring before he even hit like the 25.
I agree. And this could be a longevity thing that you don't want to blow your load too soon.
That's what she said.
Hi, Donna.
Perfect timing. Hi, Mom. Erica talks about blowing loads.
That was out of context.
She knows that. But, we're going to transition over from the WWE and finish up with some AEW talk. But before we do that, Erica, we got to find out what the hell the listeners are saying about the On the Mark Wrestling podcast.
Yeah, what?
What's everybody saying about the On the Mark podcast?
It's just insane, and I love it.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
Unlike any other.
It's a great show.
We'll be right back after a brief intermission.
Honest to God.
That was such good timing by you.
I thought about it the whole time.
My mom actually just texted me, I don't want you doing podcasts.
Shut up. No, she didn't. No, she
wow. That's going to be hard to complete this show now, guys.
Not true.
I thought you would have believed us. Oh, there we go. Yep. Out of context, Marini. Great opener for the show.
Unreal.
Robbie, go back and clip that. I know you can eventually find something good there. So let's move on to AEW Dynamite. We're going to discuss some of the things that happened last night on Dynamite, because we are a little over a week away from AEW Full Gear next Saturday. And I don't have much to say about this, but your boy lost to Ethan Page and advanced in the tournament. Thoughts on Eddie Kingston being a bum?
He's not a bum. I would have loved, because you know what I really wanted? I wanted next week Eddie Kingston and Roosh, or whenever that's supposed to be. That's what I wanted to see.
What does Bogus call him, like the Bull Man or whatever, Cow Man?
Oh, yeah. Or how about John Silver last night? He's like, all right, Roosh bag.
Oh, that's a good one. T-shirt.
I was sad. I kind of didn't see it happening. I really also then thinking about it, like, I didn't want him to go so far, and then it's not going to end up winning. He deserves something, and I will touch on that something later on. But I don't think this was his.
Why do we have to wait till later on? Why can't we say it now?
Because we'll talk about something else later, and I will mention it then.
All right, fair enough. Does it have to do with what's about to pop up on the screen right now?
Maybe. So I was surprised by this. I also
Can you at least explain so the people listening know what we're talking about?
Samoa Joe turning on Wardlow. And I also like that it was made known that him and Hobbs had no ties. And Hobbs, as he's walking back up the ramp, was like, I'll kick your ass too, Joe. Like, in nothing between them. I like that the Joe and Wardlow thing has always kind of been a separate. It wasn't never, you called them War Joe, but they were their own separate people. They were just dudes like getting it done together.
Yeah.
So when the turn happened, I immediately thought, let's make this TNT title, because for the foreseeable future, like right now, all I can think is that it's just going to be big ass men fighting for this title. You have Hobbs, Wardlow, Joe potentially. And I think getting like Eddie Kingston, having like big dudes like that, like give me that for the TNT title for right now. I would love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that. I just like how this finally gives these guys something to do, because I really just questioned why Samoa Joe and Wardlow were aligned in the first place. Is it just because they were champions and they had bad guys to fight? Like that really was it. Like, oh, let's just team up together.
And
why should I care?
Have, like, a friendship. It was more just like a mutual respect, I guess, between the two of them. But
it wasn't working for me, which I'm glad, because I think I tweeted out something about just me not liking the War Joe stuff or along those lines. And then literally right after I tweeted that, Joe hits Wardlow in the back of the head with the title that the cameraman missed initially, which epic fail right there by AEW cameraman. But
I think I just like their partnership because it got Joe on my TV more often, because he really wasn't, unless it was like a Ring of Honor. I don't know when the last time Joe wrestled on AEW.
Yeah, actually wrestled. I'm not sure.
Well, pre-War Joe.
Featured. He's been featured like ringside and promos and whatnot.
They had a tag match, but like other than that, I liked seeing them. But
yeah, Robbie's saying don't watch much AEW these days, but from an outside perspective, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow sounds like an absolute banger.
So you got people like Braun Strowman and Omos, like those are two types of big guys. But then you're gonna have people like Wardlow and Joe that are just two big dudes that are gonna smash each other, and that's what I want.
Yeah, that's going to be good stuff. I would also like if they just made that like a title unification match, or just like winner takes all. You don't even have to unify them with the ROH TV title. Just like have a match at Full Gear, and whoever wins gets both. I think that'd be pretty cool, because having Joe with both those titles, I think it does a lot for Joe. And if you add another title to Wardlow, it's not going to be a bad thing for his reputation.
I think it depends on what they're thinking with Ring of Honor, if they're ever going to get like a TV deal.
That has been just like lingering in the background.
But it just needs to happen.
Or at least just tell us it's not going to happen. Like,
right.
So
but it would it would solve so many problems. You have an overbloated roster that majority of them would do great or have already been a part of Ring of Honor involved somehow. And they can go back and forth. You can have Daniel Garcia on Dynamite and Rampage, but you can also for sure have him on Ring of Honor. Bryan Danielson, Claudio, like, all those guys, like I think it would be great. Yes.
Yeah, and like I don't know who talked about it. I think it was the last episode. Make it a YouTube show at the least, instead of Dark and Elevation, which would be a lot more entertaining. But regardless, I do like this potential here with Samoa Joe and Wardlow. I don't know how that figures into Full Gear, if it's like a triple threat or something like that. Because could you imagine Hobbs versus Samoa Joe versus Wardlow? Because those are three athletic big dudes right there.
God bless the ring.
Would it implode like a Big Show match?
Yes.
I hope not. I hate when that spot was overdone with the Big Show. They use that so much. But they've never done it in AEW, I don't think. So I guess they could.
And this would be totally warranted.
At least
it's like 1,000 pounds in the ring.
Just don't do anything like the exploding barbed wire death match again. That was the worst thing I've ever seen on AEW television. That and the Dynamite that I went to like 3 years ago on Black Wednesday, that was also horrendous. But
I will go.
No, I was just gonna say I'll stop being negative now.
Fair.
You have anything to add on or no?
No.
Okay, so let's go to a positive of mine, because I'm a big fan of what's to come here between these two, Saraya and Britt Baker. What'd you say?
This is all you. I turned it off.
You didn't watch this? I got you mid-sip, sorry.
No, and then I spilled everywhere. I do not care.
What? Okay, first off, go on why you don't care first.
I don't care for how she came back. And it just something I just don't care about it. The sit downs with Renee, I sat through that one with Britt. I got zero issue with Britt Baker. I sat through it. She didn't show up. I tried to sit through the second one. It's just, I don't think I missed Paige. So she's back, and I just think she always carries herself. I understand what she's done, but there's just something that's just like really abrasive, maybe, that I just can't like root. Not that I don't root for her. I just like it just rubs me wrong.
I was gonna say, you at least got to be somewhat happy or content with her being medically cleared and being able to do something. Then I
saw that thing that she tweeted, and it was like a blank piece of paper that said like, and it wasn't even her right birthday year. And people are like, you could literally, and it was from California, like you could literally get any doctor to clear you. Like, hope for the best and hope he's like, it's legitimate, but I don't know. And I just don't care. I don't care.
Well, Erica, I do care. I care a lot.
I eat my words, and I hope I love it.
Saraya was, I think we've talked about this, a couple of times on past episodes, but I'll reiterate it. I mean, she was a pioneer for women's wrestling in the last decade. To see her come back after all those injuries and be able to do something she loves again, I appreciate that. And I think the story being told here of that Britt basically made AEW her house, which she did. Without Britt Baker, the AEW women's division isn't what it is. So it is Britt Baker's house, but the whole women's revolution isn't a thing potentially without Paige in WWE. And of course, there's a bunch of other women that are a part of that, but Paige winning the Divas title from AJ Lee, I believe at the age of 21 or 22, huge moment, did a lot, accomplished a lot in WWE, comes over, gets cleared, gets to have her return match against the top female in AEW at Full Gear. Sign me the fuck up. I am very ready for this match. Let's get to the comment section.
I'm happy for Robbie.
Let's get to the comment section. No, we already saw that one. Robbie. He said right now, so what's the actual difference between AEW Dynamite and Rampage? Because over here in the UK, we get one, however many hours until it's SmackDown. Then after SmackDown, we get the other. The difference between Dynamite and Rampage is Dynamite's 2 hours, Rampage is 1. And I think there's less prominent feuds on Rampage.
Dynamite airs live on Wednesdays. And Rampage is on Fridays.
Correct. And then Robbie's saying Saraya Paige is literally my childhood. See, this is a good perspective from somebody that might be. Yeah. He said that she is literally my childhood, was really hoping she returned in WWE, but glad she's back doing what she does best. And I agree with Robbie. He said, I love Fighting with My Family, the movie that they did about Paige and her family. I hope it's a good match. I'm not expecting it to be outstanding because she's been outside of the ring for 5 years now, but I feel good for her. I know you don't agree, but I think this is going to be a good one at Full Gear.
No, ultimately, like as a human, I'm happy for her that she's back and cleared and able to do what she wants to do. I just get nervous with neck stuff, and I hope she didn't I just hope it's legitimate and that she's not, doing it just because I heard that WWE would not clear her. So that kind of makes me think that like, all right, well then why would anybody else clear you? Like whatever. So I'm cautiously optimistic, but personality wise, I'm just like, all right, shush. But I hope, like I said, I hope I eat my words and I hope I fall in love with her.
And we know that WWE is usually more cautious with their wrestlers when it comes to clearing them and stuff like that. I mean, look at Daniel Bryan. That's kind of probably the reason why he went over to AEW as well, because he can do more things over there and they'd be more protective of him in the WWE. So I agree with you, though. I hope everything goes well in this match and that she doesn't re-aggravate anything like that. Yeah. But I personally think this is the biggest women's match in the history of AEW. How can it not be?
Yeah. Looking back. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Paige Saraya is the biggest name that AEW has added from outside of AEW to their women's division. And Britt Baker is the staple of that division.
And can you not so for a long time, we were like, wow, between Thunder Rosa, Toni Storm, can you not see Saraya with that belt? That is another huge name apart from Britt. There's two of them that you can think of, whatever.
synonymously.
Yes, with that belt. So I think she's a good person to have there. I'm trying to think.
Well, she's also probably a good candidate to beat Jade Cargill because we know it ain't going to be fucking Nyla Rose. That feud is terrible. Can we stop with that, please?
I don't know why we can't.
Exactly. Hopefully it'll be over by Full Gear. Let's go to this main event, Sammy Guevara versus Bryan Danielson. I thought it was good, but for me, some reason I couldn't get really invested into it.
Same.
These two are very talented, but I don't know what it is. This just didn't click with me because I know it was good. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is very entertaining, and Bryan Danielson gets the win. But after it, I'm like, I was wanting more in a weird way.
I don't know. See, I felt the same thing, and the only thing I could think of was that I just don't like Sammy Guevara. So like little things, not little things. I mean, he threw the chair at Bryan and bashed his head, and that pissed me off. And just like, he's kind of like insufferable. Like if you keep it about the wrestling, that's one thing. But I think like this, what he's trying to be isn't working because it's not like genuine heat. It's like, just shut the fuck up and go away heat. And to me, it like bleeds into like the ring. And I just didn't like it. And I wanted to like it so much because Bryan Danielson's one of my favorite wrestlers, and it just sucked, but something didn't click for me either. And that's the only thing I could think of.
What is it that they have coming up at Full Gear? They're part of a 4-way. What's it for?
Is it custody of Daniel Garcia?
It might as well be, because obviously it's not connecting with us if we don't even know what it's for. Somebody in the comments, please tell me. Please. I know these two are involved in a 4-way match at Full Gear. I just totally
Isn't it him and Jericho versus?
Oh, is it for the ROH title? It's got to be for the ROH.
Oh!
It's a fatal.
And then who's the fourth? Claudio?
Yeah, I think Claudio is it. Which that match could be match of the night.
But see, if Sammy wins, you want me to be a market?
I think
I'm watching.
I think he might, because they kind of teased it in a backstage segment. And a little bit of friction in the JAS, maybe. I don't know.
Keep your friction and put it on Danielson. He needs something. He doesn't want anything, which is like the beauty of it, but he deserves it. I
want Danielson back in WWE. I want Daniel Bryan. I mean, he's had great matches. Good stuff. I kind of wanted him to win, a title in AEW. I know, like we've talked about, he probably doesn't want to, but I think it definitely would have enhanced his character a little bit on AEW.
And
television.
It's not too late. And I think that, like, because I do think if Ring of Honor gets a TV deal, I don't see him being like a huge player there, but he will definitely, or maybe so. I don't know.
I don't know either, but we got our boy Tino checking in. He says,
hi, Tino.
What's up, guys? How's it going, Tino? I know we started a little early this evening. My Indiana Hoosiers play here in about 40 minutes against a terrible team. It's really not a game that I need to see, but I'd like to see it, Erica, because I'm a fan. That's what I do.
That's what you do. It's what you do.
Calm down. Robbie said Danielson 2 belts back to WWE. That was the greatest moment being a wrestling fan for me. Yeah. I was watching This Is Awesome on Peacock. It's kind of just like a show that they do on the app. And they talked about like greatest WrestleMania moments. And that was one of them. I was like, yeah, that's top tier stuff right there with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Miracle on Bourbon Street, I think is what they referred to it as. But that's about all I had from AEW. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss before we close out episode 122?
No, but by this point next week, I'm going to the AEW Go Home show. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Go home for Full Gear.
Yep.
That's not it, right? You got more going on next week.
Woo! Next week, I will be Dynamite Wednesday, OTM Thursday, Woo! SmackDown Friday.
Woo!
Just watching Full Gear Saturday. But so it's been a while.
Erica doesn't have an option now. She will watch wrestling next week.
I will have to watch wrestling.
It'll be right in front of you. You can't say no.
I can't. I won't be on my phone. I won't be distracted. Nope.
I appreciate that, because a lot of people still sit on their phones at wrestling events. I was like, I'll tweet after the match to give you my thoughts, but like during the heat of the moment,
No, I'm there, like my glasses on. I'm like locked in.
That's right, Robbie. Marini on tour indeed. Right. She's got a hell of a week going on next week. We'll have our Full Gear predictions and preview show next Thursday. The week after that is Thanksgiving week. We are trying to work out a time. We might not be live. It might just be a YouTube exclusive, but we will get some kind of content out Thanksgiving week because Survivor Series is happening that Saturday. I can't watch that live. We're having our Friendsgiving that Saturday. I'm a little bummed out. So please, no spoilers for War Games.
Anybody join me in spoiling it for him.
How dare you? How dare you?
That's your catchphrase.
That's a callback right there. Ryan Vogus is the AEW champion of OTM, looking to defend his title. Yes, you probably forgot. He doesn't shove it down your throats like I do.
I think I made the face. I think I sent the face.
You did.
Yes.
Me and Vogus, top guys. That's just how it is, and that's how it's always going to be. And I think I'm the NXT champion because I beat you in those predictions too. So.
Don't. I hope your mom's not watching.
She's not. She pops in to say hi, and then maybe Ryan will watch for a little bit and tell me we did a good job. He tells us we do a good job every show, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot that Thanksgiving's not a thing that they do.
Oh my God. The most embarrassing thing was I made friends with these people that lived in England. And then I was like emailing with them and I wished them happy Thanksgiving. And it wasn't like I was 10. This was like in my 20s.
Oh, that's a classic Marini move right there. I love it. But here we are, Erica, the time of the show where we award the MVM, the most valuable mark of OTM. And I think this is a unanimous decision. I don't even need to ask you. We have a new MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Robbie Collins.
Way to go, Robbie.
We don't have the soundboard that Tuck has to. We'll clap for you. Round of applause.
Snaps for
from the OTM duo. So now Robbie has gold with me, Vogus, and nobody else. I was about to say somebody else, but that's it. Congrats to Robbie. He was here from the beginning, commenting and interacting with us, and we appreciate everybody that tunes in every single week. Once again, thank you for last week's support on our Crown Jewel video. The fact that we got over 1,000 views might not seem a lot to you, but to me, and I'm sure to Erica as well, it means a lot.
Wait, on one episode we did?
Just on YouTube for Crown Jewel got over 1,000.
Oh, I thought it was like 1,000 people watched all of our shows.
No, that was one video.
Oh, wow. That's insane.
I'm always good with that's what she said jokes. I have a work meeting in India. Yeah, I told you earlier in the show. That I have to drive down to, and they're like, wear an ugly Christmas sweater. So I got my that's what she said Michael Scott sweater that I'm gonna wear.
Nice.
Hopefully I win a prize or something. But Erica, any final remarks as we sign off for episode 122?
Things are getting good.
We got a lot coming up.
Got a lot coming up, but I think like where we are in wrestling, I know Tucky always says it's a great time to be a wrestling fan, but I feel like things are getting good. And
just think we are 2 months away from the Royal Rumble.
Crazy.
Like that's crazy. The best time of the year.
It really
for wrestling fans, because that's the road to WrestleMania. That's going to be good.
Last year's Rumble. Yes, I remember.
Oh, last year's Rumble wasn't great. We were there.
No.
Me,
You're right.
The women's one I thought was good, but I didn't like Brock winning. But
it was Ronda and Brock, right?
Yeah, Ronda and Brock.
That one.
But they had some good matches on the card that weren't like Bobby and Brock had a title match. Seth came out in the Shield gear.
Oh, right. Because it was why would Brock? Right.
Yeah, because Brock came back.
It was supposed to be someone else, right? Was it supposed to be somebody else?
Oh, wait, in the title match?
No, in the
Royal Rumble. I'm not sure.
Did he come in at 30? Oh,
yeah, he did. The Royal Rumble that Cody and Shotzi is going to win. Early predictions from Robbie. Okay. I agree with half of that. Shotzi, wild card right there, for sure. Or maybe he's going with you, Shotzi Marini.
That's it. Could be. He's
Could
not
be
wrong.
the case. But once again, thanks to everybody that watched live and anybody listening on a later date. We appreciate you as well. And thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.